I've got a little bit of mental toughness. I'm sure that the army, like pounded that into me in some way, shape, or form, or, like I was homeless for a while, like at least I'm resilient, if nothing else. And so I'm hoping that maybe I'm just not giving myself enough credit, and that this whole thing, all these interviews are just me blowing a little problem out of proportion. But at the same time, if I can learn anything that's going to make me, you know, tougher emotionally and psychologically, that's an improvement. I've mentioned a couple times, being I hate to call it this because it's like there's way worse people, but I'm a disabled veteran on disability, blah blah blah, and it's all due to well, nearly all of it is due to just being fucked up in the head. And I I'm like, I try different tactics, I've tried different medications, and nothing really works for me, and every day is just a struggle. And I feel like part of that comes from not being quite mentally tough enough, and maybe that's just an old, you know, old school '50s style generalization. Going back to men are tough, and that's the end of it. But I feel like just by and large, I could be tougher. I could handle things a little bit easier. Just things that I feel like wouldn't necessarily bother somebody else will happen to me, and it's just like, man, it takes me like an indeterminate time to recover from that and get back on an even keel. And that, to me, it speaks to a lack of mental toughness. And I just don't want my son to have to deal with things like this. I'm doing all I can to build him up and compliment him and be loving and everything that I don't remember getting